My name is Bonnie. I am the Health and Wellness Dietitian at Southern Cross Care. My role involves helping people better understand their diet and nutrition and its role in our health, including preventing and managing chronic conditions. Today, I am going to be talking about healthy eating recommendations for older adults and some of the common nutritional concerns. The information talked about today is general in nature, so if you have further questions or concerns, please inquire about seeing a dietitian to discuss these. You may have seen this picture before, or some of you may remember the food pyramid, which is the previous version. This is the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating. This is a general guide to healthy eating for adults, which is backed by thousands of studies. This shows the core food groups in the middle, which includes grains and cereals, vegetables, legumes and beans, fruit, dairy, and meat, fish and poultry groups. Aside from the core food groups, you will notice on the outside is water, which is essential for our hydration, digestion, and many more important processes. Down the bottom, there is also the oils and fats group, and the sometimes in small amounts group, also known as discretionary choices. It is important to eat a wide variety across these groups, but also to think about the proportions of each of these in your diet. For example, the grains and vegetable groups are much larger, suggesting we should be eating more of these. However, the discretionary group is much smaller. Hence, for reasons of unhealthy fats, salt, and added sugars being associated with chronic health conditions, we should eat less of these. As an older adult, your nutritional needs are different to when you were younger, where the new health messages were around healthy eating to prevent chronic conditions. This is still important, but now the focus shifts more to address the physiological changes that occur as we age and conditions that might already be present. Older adults should aim to eat a wide variety of nutritious foods and drinks across the food groups and keep physically active to promote healthy aging. Some key nutrients to consider as older adults are protein, calcium, vitamin D, and dietary fibre. Protein is found in meat and dairy groups, as shown here. This includes red meat, fish, eggs, nuts, legumes, milk, cheese, etc. It's important to choose lean meat and low-fat dairy where possible to reduce unhealthy fats. Protein is important because it helps to replenish muscle stores, build strength, reduce falls, fight infection, heal wounds, and many more. Protein is a major building block of muscle. So, if you don't eat enough protein, the body starts to break down the muscle to use this protein for its many functions. As an older adult, the body is also not as efficient at replenishing these muscles. Hence, the importance of protein from the diet. Having adequate muscles is important for preventing falls, maintaining physical activity, reducing joint pain, supporting lung and heart function, swallowing safety, boosting appetite, and many more. To help maximize your body's ability to use protein, have regular amounts of protein, aim for a palm size of protein at each main meal, and protein snacks like yogurt and nuts post-exercise for muscle recovery. In addition to protein, calcium and vitamin D are important for bone health. Calcium is found in dairy group, such as milk and yogurt, but also in fish with edible bones, such as canned salmon and sardines. The best source of vitamin D is from the sun. Only short time is needed, but you can also get some from oily fish, butter, egg yolk, milk, etc. These nutrients are essential to keep our bones strong, and again, if we aren't getting enough of these nutrients, the body will begin to break down the bones. As older adults, these bone losses aren't as effectively replaced, making them weak and vulnerable to fractures. Bowel health is often an embarrassing but also essential topic to understand more about a person's digestion. Many older adults have trouble with bowel health, including constipation and loose bowels, whereby getting enough fibre, exercise and fluids are essential. Dietary fibre is the part of plant foods that does not fully digest, meaning it moves through your stomach and bowel without much change. It can be found in foods such as whole grain cereals and breads, nuts, seeds, legumes, vegetables and fruit. This is not only important to keep your bowels regular, but also for gut health, maintaining healthy weight and managing chronic conditions. For example, reducing cholesterol in heart diseases. Let's start to bring all this information together and look at what a balanced and healthy meal should look like. When planning main meals like lunch and dinner, the idea is to fill half the plate with vegetables or salad, 1/4 of the plate with protein, and the final quarter with carbohydrates. For the protein portion, choosing lean options where possible. For example, fish, skinless chicken, lentils and eggs. For the carbohydrate portion, choosing high fibre options where possible. For example, corn, sweet potato, wholemeal pasta and grainy bread. Additionally to these, it's good to include a splash of healthy fat, for example, a drizzle of olive oil or 1/4 of an avocado. Now, let's look at some meals commonly reported by my clients. When looking at these meals, think, what can you see? Does this look different to the previous meal? What food groups are shown? Which ones are missing? The classic fish and chips. The vegetables are missing. The carbohydrate is the chips and the fish batter, which is taking up half the plate. The protein is the fish, which is taking up the other half. What could improve this meal? You could reduce the amount of fish and chips and replace these with some salad or vegetables. Fish and chips are also high in unhealthy fats due to being deep fried. Not to say we can't have these, but rather to have them only sometimes and in small amounts. You could also swap the chips for some roasted potato or grilled corn cob and the battered fish for grilled fish. The next meal is vegetable soup. Now, looking at this one, it would appear really healthy, with vegetables covering half the bowl and the carbohydrate being the potato covering 1/4. But what's missing? That's right, the protein. You could add some lentils or chickpeas or chicken. What about snacks? Snacks are a great way of getting some extra nutrition, particularly if meals are getting smaller. Here are some examples. A common concern for older adults is weight. As an older adult, did you know it is protective of good health to carry some extra weight? Hence, the healthy weight range shifts up. This is due to extra weight, meaning more cushioning for falls, reserves if unwell, and weight loss through diet restriction alone can actually lead to more muscle loss. It is for these reasons that weight loss may not be healthy or appropriate for older adults. If you are trying to lose weight, it is recommended you really consider the reason for why it is important to lose weight. Then, only make small, gradual changes to improve diet quality, like suggestions discussed above in healthy eating and the use of exercise. On the other end of the scale, older adults often experience unintentional weight loss and frailty for a number of reasons, including loss of appetite. Appetite is affected by lots of different things, including bowel issues, depression, stress, and many more. To help prevent further weight loss, it is important to firstly monitor weight, have small frequent meals including snacks, regular scheduled meals, eat by the clock, prioritise protein parts of meals, add sauces and cheese to meals, Try nourishing fluids like milk or supplements like sustagen might be appropriate, and eat 1 to 2 spoonfuls more than you think. As older adults and in regional areas, food shopping can also become more challenging for a number of reasons. It's a good idea to keep a cupboard well stocked with longer lasting nutritious options such as the staples listed here. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is only general healthy eating advice. This is a good time to pause the video and have a think if you are experiencing any of the following. Or, do I have more questions for the dietitian? Some key take-home messages. Eat a wide variety across the food groups, include protein, calcium, vitamin D and fibre. Have regular meals. If in doubt or have specific concerns, please keep calm and call a dietitian.